evening, everybody. Tonight, question is, are you afraid to fail? Is this something that just keeps you up at night? You're afraid of failing. You're afraid of failing at your job. You're afraid of failing in your relationship. You're afraid of failing in the business that you're trying to start. You're afraid of failing in your health pursuits. Whatever it may be, understand that if you're ultimately afraid of failing and it's really holding you back from taking that step to getting what you achieve because you're like, you know what, I'm not going to do it, so then I don't have to worry about failing because I'm not going to do it anyways, then you've already failed. Okay? So the first thing that you have to understand, guys, is you need to let go of this fear. So we got to let go. Now, you might be saying, well, Matt, that's easier said than done. I can't let go of this. Okay, it's a legitimate thing. Now, I'm going to let you in on something really cool. So your mind's biggest job is to protect you and to keep you from looking stupid. Okay, it's there to protect you, keep you safe, keep you alive, all of those good things. Okay, how we doing, Donna? So understand that your brain is there to keep you alive, keep you safe, and your mind's there to keep you alive, keep you safe, and keep you from looking stupid. Now, unfortunately, it also stops you from growing, especially when you start to get to the point where your brain's like, you know, you shouldn't do that, you're not going to be successful, and that's where all that fear starts coming in, and it's like, you're never going to be good enough, you're not going to be smart enough, you won't ever get that, you won't ever lose weight, you won't do these things, and it does that to protect you. Okay, your brain does that fear stuff, and it makes you start thinking about what other people are thinking about you and all that stuff, because it's trying to protect you. Okay, but the hard part is that it's not helping you. It's not helping you. This brain, this mind thing that's there to protect you, ultimately keep you safe and keep you from getting hurt, it's not actually doing what it says it's doing, right? It's supposed to be protecting you, but it's not protecting you. It's actually holding you back. Okay, so we gotta let it go. We have to understand that it's not you. That mind thing, it's not you. It's your mind. Okay, and you are not your mind, you are you. Okay, so we need to stop listening to this fear of like, oh, you're never gonna get there and you're never gonna be able to do this, because it's bullshit, guys, you know? So you need to let go and understand that a lot of what your mind is telling you are lies. Okay, your mind is telling you things, number one, that you already know, okay? And then on top of that, it's making up stuff, all right? I'll give you an example of that. If you've ever gotten in a fight with somebody, and I'm talking like a verbal blowout, right? Not fist fight, like a verbal blowout, then you leave that person and you go off and you're like, oh, I wish I said this, I wish I said that, and blah, 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 I can't believe we did this. And your brain starts making it worse than it was, right? And then you start being like, how, I don't even know what we were fighting about, but I know I hate him, right? And you're just so angry and you're so built up because your mind got you there, right? It got you to that place. It was all lies. It was all built on fear, okay? Fear of looking bad, looking stupid, right? Not surviving. So we need to let go of the lies. Okay, we need to let go of these lies that you make up and tell yourself about yourself. And we need to let go of the lies that just you keep living in and day out. Okay, I think about, you know, as I've gone through my learning journey, I would learn all of these new things, right? And I'll never forget the day I learned that sit-ups were bad for me, and just my lumbar spine and all that stuff. And that's a whole other topic we could talk about another time. But when I realized that they were bad for me, I just couldn't grasp it. So I kept doing it for like 6 months until I replaced it with things that actually serve me. I replaced it with way better core musculature exercises. Okay, so that's number 3, guys. we need to replace. Okay? We need to replace these lies and this fear with the truth and ultimately what you really want to do. That's why I harp, and my members will tell you this, I harp on getting your goals solid. I harp on getting your goals intact. And I harp on figuring out what your why is, because those are the things that are going to drive you when the fear starts taking over. When you're like, oh, I'm going to fail. And then you get so bent out of shape over that. So it's getting that stuff in place and replacing the lies and letting go of the lies and replacing those with what you're actually going to do. Okay? And replacing it with a plan of action, an intelligent plan of action, and then taking actual real steps on that action and tracking it so you know what you're doing, so that if, let's say you do fail, okay, let's say we get to the, we showed up with an awesome plan, we had a great intelligent plan we showed up with, and then we took some awesome action on this plan, and then, you know what, we got results, and we reviewed, we reflected on these results, and they weren't necessarily what we wanted them to be. Cool, because now we know what it was. So now we can adapt on it, okay? We can adapt and we can shift our new focus into what we want to do now. But if we don't replace these lies that we're telling ourselves about what's going to happen if you fail, like we get so worried about what will happen when we fail, what other people are going to think. You know what? It doesn't matter what other people are going to think. It really doesn't matter. And you just need to put on that coat of armor and just know that, like, whatever other people think, that's for them. It has nothing to do with you. Okay? You are you, they are them, let them be them, let them do whatever they're doing. It doesn't matter. Okay? Keep doing you. Don't worry about what's going on and how you're going to fail and whatever. You need to learn that it's totally cool to fail, because failure is just a lesson. It's not a failure. It's just a lesson, and it's just experience to know what didn't work. You take that, you say, cool, now I know what not to do, or now I know a little bit not what not to do, and I'm going to tweak it a little bit. And I'm going to start doing what I need to do, okay? So, that's the basis of this, guys. And you just need to really start to let go of that, let go of the lies, and start replacing it with some truth. And start taking action on that truth. Okay? So, I hope this helps you guys out. This is a big one. This is one that I work through with all my members, and it's one of the hardest things to really step away from that fear and just understand that it's the failing part is a big part of your success. Anybody that's super successful in anything has failed a bunch, okay? Because they're willing to try a bunch of things. And they're willing to track it, and they're willing to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And that's what makes them successful. Nobody that tries something once, and like, unless you're won the lottery, okay, you guys are out, you're already the winners. But you know what the crazy thing is about the people that win the lottery? They end up, a ton of them, you look this up, a ton of them go absolutely broke, okay? Because they didn't fail their way to the success of building that money, so they don't actually know how to keep it and take care of it. These failures are super valuable lessons, and they're what's going to make you successful in anything that you want to do. So I actually thrive on failure. I know that sounds crazy, but I thrive on failure because I know that I now have another nugget of what's not working, okay? And then I know what to do next, okay? So take your failures, start stacking them so that you can then start stacking the wins on top of that, okay? And know that your failures are just as important as your success, because your failure is going to help lead you to this success. So, like always, guys, keep showing up, taking action, and you will get results.